Welcome everyone. You better turn that music down or else it'll loop around and cause us all kinds of feedback issues. Welcome into the Nutmeg Tavern, folks. We are live. Yes, Ryan and I are live. We're not dead. We're live. And this isn't a replay like last week or a pre-recorded thing. No, it is us here. And hopefully we sound better and you can see us. I know I've changed the lighting completely because it was just bugging me. And hopefully audio. What?
What were you shooting? The gun's gone.
Well, the candles, and you don't want to light it on fire, so,
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome into the Nutmeg Tavern. We are covering the top videos that we did, not just everybody, but we did.
Yeah.
In 2025. Because nobody else's videos matter anyway. Anyway.
What have I got myself into?
We are, this is going to be challenging technically for those people on the other side of the time vortex. So bear with us if we have any technical difficulties, and if there's anything that goes wrong, we can blame Will. We've
already been doing that.
There we go. So, what do you think, Ryan? What was your favorite? Don't look at this.
I'm not.
What were your favorite? What do you think was our top video? I don't know. Are these rated by the most popular, or just
it's by views.
It's by views.
By views, yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think was top in 2025?
There are some videos that I had a lot of fun with that didn't make the list. I think that the shepherd's pie video should have done a lot better, and I really liked that video. I think that our barbecue video, we worked on that together, if I remember right.
And it didn't do well.
It did okay, but it didn't make the list.
No, it didn't.
It was a really good video. Trying to think. Is there anything else that... Oh, you did that trifle video, and it did not do very well, but it was a good video.
A lot of times, midsummer ones we try, and it doesn't matter. It's like no one cares.
But you do barbecue in midsummer, and you think...
You would think.
Yeah. But it's okay. We had fun making them.
Right.
I learned a lot.
Yeah, exactly. We always learn a lot. Personally, I cannot remember any videos I did this year. So, I've been making a lot of videos. So,
well, it's funny. I was looking through them yesterday, preparing for this, and there were a lot that I didn't remember.
Yeah, that's the problem with doing 50 videos. Anyway, so let's get started. Top video for 2025. Are you ready? Mute us and go. Almost 6 years ago, we did one of the most incredibly accidental episodes ever here on the channel. We did this episode that was a throwaway episode at the time, and it turned out to be so incredibly popular. The episode was roasted onions or baked onion, and really made me think about what people understand about food in the 18th century and how important it is. And it is an incredibly simple episode, and at the time I hadn't really dug into the depths of the idea of onions in the 18th century and the concept of the baked onion in general. And that's what we're going to do today. Onions are an important part of the diet in the 18th century, especially for people that are poor, but of course they show up on everyone's table. They're an inexpensive kind of vegetable. He did it. We're back. Okay.
Here we are.
So, baked onion. We did baked onion way back. I can't remember when.
That was the first. For this year is the first video of the year.
Right.
The original one. Jeez.
Right. I don't know when the original one came out.
Hold on. Let me look.
A bazillion years ago.
I'm gonna say 2015.
2015.
2016. 2016.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
Okay. 2019.
What?
That's unusual. Yeah, March 4th, 2019.
Really?
Wow.
Okay.
And I was totally telling the truth. It was a complete throwaway episode. I think we shot like 3 on that day, maybe even 4. And I'm like, hey, I got a real quick one. Let's just do this,
Yeah.
And
you forgot to take a thumbnail for it?
Yeah, forgot to. we left the shop, and I called Aaron back, and I said, wait a minute, look at that. And the finished product was sitting there on the counter, probably waiting for the next like 3 weeks when I would actually clean up. And I said, just look at the light on that. It's just great. And he just walks over with his cell phone. It's like, boop, and takes a picture of it. And that turned out to be the thumbnail, and it just killed it. It made
That's
all our
happened
work
twice in the history of the channel, too.
Made all the other work of that entire year paled in comparison to that stupid little video.
Well,
Anyway.
okay, I think it's nice because if you're watching a cooking channel, sometimes you don't want to try the recipes. You're like, what? Oh no, my messed up. Not this one. You can try this one.
That's
no
right.
problem.
You
But
can do
something
it.
just occurred to me.
Yeah.
The other cell phone picture that has done really well on the channel is the French onion soup, which is also an onion. So
Onions
maybe
and cell phone cameras. We should
the whole
just-
thing we need to do is onions and cell phone.
We're just going to change to an onion.
That's it. An onion channel?
Onion channel. It's all onions all day long.
Onions and cell phones.
We could call it the Onion Tavern.
Ooh, this sounds stinky.
So, that was number 1. John's mic seems a little quiet compared to Ryan's. This is what somebody says.
That's how it should be. I agree. You're
Ryan's
welcome.
louder than John.
Everyone out there,
I'll just shout really
you,
loud.
you are welcome.
Number 2. Are you ready?
Candy is a huge topic. It is so popular today, but the question is, what was candy like 250 years ago? What was candy like in colonial America? Candy today is popular during the holidays. We have different kinds of candy that we use for different holidays. It's a very seasonal thing. Candy was seasonal in the 18th century as well, but not for the same kinds of reason. Possibly because of particular holidays, but more likely because of the seasonality of the ingredients that the confectioner had access to at a particular time of year. There were very seasonal times for fruits and other ingredients that would come in so that the confectioner could make his products.
And there we're back.
Yeah.
So Ryan was commenting about how he wasn't even like on the planet while I did the prep work, did all the work on that one. He was in catalog land, which is that kind of time of year, February, March, and you're off working on catalog. So I really have to really buckle down and work hard on videos. And that one I spent a ton of time on. I don't know how many minutes that one is. It only says 12 minutes long. It should be a half hour long because I just, I really went at it.
So sometimes with videos, the thumbnail is the image that you see when you kind of hover and when you're scrolling through YouTube, and so sometimes the first try doesn't really get any traction. I think we went through 4 or 5 different thumbnails, and you took a ton because I wasn't able to take them. And you just sent them all to me so I could color correct and crop and that sort of thing. And I remember I asked you specifically to get a thumbnail where you were looking through a piece of transparent candy. Didn't work. You had one that was red and one that was orange or yellow. And then there was a bowl of like white, it looked like white puffy candy.
Right.
And then there were a few others, and I think I cycled through like 4 or 5 before we found one. And it was the most basic one. It was just the candy like on the counter, I think.
It's so weird that it takes, you really have to, work at those.
I love the ability to test it.
Yeah.
Like, that is really nice.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to guess, and you can just test it out, find out which one people like best.
And we didn't have that. We didn't have that for this video. We just kept trying different ones to see what would work.
Yeah.
And I learned a lot in that one. Actually, candy has been on the list of to-do for 5 years, maybe.
Ever since we stumbled into it at Mount Vernon, I think, right? Isn't that the first time? Because we made the pink pancakes with the lime candies.
Yeah, that had candy lime peel.
And then we redid some, I think we redid that video, but focused more on the candy.
Right.
And then it's kind of been on the list to jump down that for a long time.
But I had things like the clear cakes and other things on the list. So candy was one of those. How do we revisit it? And so many topics are like that we are not sure exactly how to tackle it. Because you can tackle it in a very generic sense, but unless you know what how to really grip people, there's no point in even making the video.
Well, and we tried, wasn't the ivy in the candy video once?
Oh yeah, she did the candied violet.
Yeah, the flower,
yeah.
Yeah, and so we had other versions of it that we didn't really know how to tackle the candy. So, I don't know. It was a great video, though. You did a great job.
Thank you. So the next one I believe is yours.
No, we did it together. Yeah.
Yeah, he says that, but I can't remember doing anything. Except
I
made some of the things for it.
I did the pre-production on this one, and I think that I did the work on making the cheese, and you did the work on the history lesson part of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't remember. It's been since March since we did cheese. So let her rip.
Today we have available to us hundreds of varieties of cheeses. Now we do that because we like different cheese flavors. But in the 18th century, cheese was a little different. 250 years ago, cheese was about food preservation. How can we bring milk way into the future? How can we have it be good a year later, even longer than that? How can we make milk so that we can take it on board ship or carry it over land? Although we make it for food preservation, it turns out that we really enjoy its texture and its taste. And why do we have all these incredible different varieties of cheeses? Well, the idea of what's happening with dairy, what's happening with cheese 250 years ago, gives us a hint about where all these varieties of cheese come from.
And we're back. Wow. See, I didn't even remember being there for that episode. But hey, wow. We did that original cheese episode at
Genesee, right?
Genesee Country Village. And it was a blockbuster, but we needed to come back and do it on our terms, and it's done well.
Plus, I wanted to learn about cheese. As if I'm going to spend that much time working on something, I'm going to make sure it can be a video. So,
and you made multiple cheeses, and some of them went bad.
Yeah. I think I made like 6 wheels of cheese before the one for the video. And some of them they all tasted good. They just didn't do what they're supposed to do. And still, I'm having a problem with getting the curd to be as firm as I see it in other settings. So I watched a lot of YouTube videos. I read a lot of articles and just different things like that. And I think that you have to use some more chemical components these days because of the way things are pasteurized and homogenized. And so I didn't really want to do that because I wanted it to fit into our time period. And so I don't have the in for the milk guy that you need to get the really good milk.
See, and that's what we had at Genesee Country Village.
Right.
The person who was doing the video with me, they were dairy farmers, so it's like, here's the milk, bloop, and it is exactly what you needed.
I have friends that have the in, but they don't want to give up their good milk. So there it is.
Oh, that's not kind.
Well,
you
that's
should tell
okay.
them how important it is that.
Hey, did you know that I'm making a video for YouTube?
Yeah.
Give me your milk.
Hello. Give me your milk.
But it was super fun. We did great. I think we did a great job. Caleb did all the shooting and editing for that one because Aaron, I think, he was doing something. Anyways, Caleb did a great job. It was a good video. We had fun. And it performed. It's still performing, actually. It's like in the last month, it spiked. So, yeah.
Who knows? Who knows what's happening in the world of the fickle beast that is YouTube?
Yeah. But I did end up with some accidental soft cheeses, and they were really good.
Okay. Made your own Limburger and...
Yeah. Couldn't do it again if I tried,
I can't remember where there was something about cheese smelling just so bad. They just couldn't like it.
Oh, man.
Really, really bad.
Let me tell you about that.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I was during the process of making this video, I was actually at the coffee roastery making some of the cheese because I have big like base sinks there. And the cheese got to where it was time to cut the curd and to, keep going on. And my wife calls me. She says, "Hey, it's getting late. You should come home." And I was like, "Well, I got to finish this." She's like, "Oh, come on home. Say goodnight to the kids." So I decided to take my big stock pot and put it in my vehicle to take it 5 blocks home. And I hit a bump, and my vehicle still smells because that bump just like let all of the liquid, not all of it, but a good bit of liquid just soak right into the carpeting, and yeah. So my kids now don't really want to ride in my vehicle, especially in the summertime, because it stinks like cheese.
Dangerous. It's a dangerous thing to do.
We
Like
go
bad
through
cheese.
sacrifices for this channel
Well-
because we love you guys.
It is true. It is true. I think that's the reason why. Either that or we are just
Just a little crazy.
masochistic or something.
Right,
I don't know.
it would have been very simple to just not do what I did. I didn't have to do that.
Yeah, you could have not messed up like that. It'll be all right. Nothing could possibly happen.
Still stinks.
That one time the Nutmeg Tavern almost burned down.
Right.
Okay, so let's move on to something a little more portable.
Nice.
Here it is. Here, you can see it. Go for it.
Food preservation is vitally important to people 250 years ago, and we've talked about multiple ways to preserve food. Things like ship's biscuits, pemmican, dried beef, even candy. But one thing we haven't covered in depth is portable soup. Portable soup was very common in the 18th century. It shows up in a lot of cookbooks. Probably more than half of the English cookbooks in the 18th century have a recipe for portable soup and multiple different kinds of recipes for portable soup. It ends up being used by soldiers and sailors, explorers, and regular travelers. So what is portable soup? It is meat broth condensed down to a solid form. This isn't necessarily easy to do, but they did it a lot in the 18th century because there were times when you would have excess sources of meat. You wanted to carry that into the future, and to preserve that flavor and that nutrition, as it were, you would condense this broth down into a way that you could store just about anywhere. It's fairly light, it takes up little space, and it will store for a great period of time.
So we're back in. We're back in. What do you think, Lauren? When was the original one done?
2015.
So 2015, we did the original portable soup episode. This is from that episode,
That's crazy.
right? So it's still good after 10 years. This is the stuff from this year's episode. Hold on a minute. Still good. Tastes like meat, sort of like dried gravy.
It smells like nothing.
No, you don't get anything. They're totally dried out. I mean, you could lick it and see what.
Like candy. Meat candy.
Yo,
So,
meat
yeah.
candy, delicious meat candy.
I mean, actually, it is good right now. You know, you can bust off a
Did
little.
you?
See that little-
Are you
yeah.
happy about this
Am I
decision?
happy about it?
It's good. It's smoky.
So, you know, there it is.
It's like a mixture between beef jerky and an everlasting gobstopper.
Yeah, and you're not left over with that chewy, like, piece of cloth in your
Oh,
mouth.
there's nothing chewy about this.
No, it is. It's like a hard candy gravy.
Wonka would be proud.
Yeah. I was really happy to finally get to this episode and try to do it again. So in 2015, we had to, kind of cheat a little. It took a long time. Kevin worked on this one. So this was a Kevin episode that he did the research for and made it happen. And, the original episode, we used a crock pot and we really struggled to make it work, and then people had lots of questions, and of course we had to just like, well, it's kind of done like this, but on this one I was really happy with how I was able to finally get it to work like I expected it to work, and the pieces were bigger, and it really did the thing like I wanted it.
Was a crock pot used for this one? Or did you just cook it over a fire? Or?
I didn't. I mean, I probably used, I can't remember now.
Uh-huh.
I probably used a crock pot, but only in the sense that I didn't have to add anything to it, or they would have done it just like that, except they would have been, with the pan on the
Right.
fire. So it's, when you're doing it in a crock pot, you could leave it for 6 hours and not have to sit there and,
Right.
Right. So, but in the time period, somebody would have been, watching it, been close by. Probably cooking other things, doing other things, checking the pan.
Stirring continuously
Right.
for.
Yeah. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. But the flavor was good, and it turned out exactly like I expected it. It was, I showed it in the video, it was still flexible. So that piece, when I made it a week or two after, it's still flexible. Now, it's as hard as a piece of ship's biscuit.
Clack, clack.
So that was a fun episode, and I was super happy to finally get to it and revisit it. And of course, it did well.
I was in catalog land still. So
Yeah.
it's interesting about this list. 4 of these videos were right at the start of last year.
Yes.
And so I wasn't really involved with.
Basically anything.
I think we talked about them.
Yeah.
You did all the work. You took the photographs, and I did whatever coloring and posting of the photographs, and maybe naming the videos, but I can't even remember that.
You want to jump in?
Oh, there's a super chat. Yes. That's okay.
Is your thing broken?
Yeah,
I was giving you trouble.
That's all right.
okay.
I kept pasting, copy pasting.
We grabbed the wrong person for this job.
Yeah, I
I can
know.
tell that.
Anyway.
Ink slip.
It looks like it's Connor Mainwald.
There you go.
who
Thank you.
thanking us for an amazing year. So thank you so much for that super chat.
Yeah, thank you. That was super.
Wow, that was good.
And so Aggie Maggie had a comment about, on a more positive note, Ryan, after the
Milk
the
spillage?
milk spill.
Oh, we're going to talk about this again.
Right. I'm still thinking about those glass trumpets from the shopping live stream. I need them to be real.
No.
Well,
We just need to find a friendly glass blower.
yeah.
Yeah, right. They could be real.
I'm thinking about another material that we could make trumpets out of.
Yes, that's true.
Oh, plastic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, maybe something similar is in our future just for the fun of it.
Sometimes you're like, a lot of the things we do sometimes aren't just.
Pretty much our entire life is just for the fun of it. Like, hey Ryan, why don't you come in for a live stream? Just for the fun of it. And Ryan's like, no, John, I don't want to. I got better things to
Just for the fun of it, I have a daughter who has inherited a trumpet very similar to what I think you're thinking about.
do. Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's very fun.
Good.
Yeah.
So the next one on the list is actually a Ryan video. Take it
Gravy
away.
pops up in recipe books from the 18th century constantly. It can be puzzling. It can make you feel like you don't know which direction to go because they don't give a very clear direction of what gravy is. You see it used very precisely as in this is how you make a particular gravy, and then you see the term good gravy all the time. And the good gravy never really reveals itself. You don't really know what's going on here. This video is a deep dive into figuring out what is good gravy. So for me, the first thing that I like to do when I'm trying to understand something that I don't is what can I get close to in my personal life? So I know the term gravy now in the 21st century. I know gravy that I grew up with in the Midwest and in the southern states. And that changed regionally a little bit. So when I was a kid and I was living up in the Midwest, gravy was made from a packet a lot of times, or else it was made from a broth, and it was made from, the meat that you had cooked, and it goes on top of mashed potatoes.
Made from a packet. Unbelievable.
And the gravy in that video was made from a packet too. I fooled you all. Not really. No, that was a fun video.
Yeah, in fact, gravy has been one of those things we have battled over, talking about with Michael Dragoo, between us. And
It's become a joke.
yeah, for like years.
And the truth is that all of our ideas were correct.
Even when they're
Yeah, right. Because there's no like set in stone idea of what gravy is. It just depends on what you have at your disposal and what you want to make. I mean, it's like you see it all throughout the cookbook. Sometimes it's like an au jus kind of thing. Sometimes it's thicken it with flour.
Right.
Yeah, it's all over the place.
Yeah, and sometimes they use the word in different ways, right? Sometimes it means get the gravy out of the meat, and other times it means make gravy from the gravy you get out of the meat, basically.
Yeah, because if you read anything about butchering in the time period, they'll say if you butcher in May, the gravy will be good. And so it's like, okay, we're using this term, and it just means, might as well mean juice.
Yeah.
You know? It's like going to somebody and saying, would you like some juice? And you have no idea if it's orange juice or apple juice or grape juice. It's juice.
Yeah, yeah. And in this case, cow juice.
Right. We had cow juice.
Or cow flesh juice. There we go. Okay.
Oh, yeah, now you just went too far.
I'm sorry. Jump ahead. Go ahead.
It's going to be chewy depending on the cut you've got. And this one definitely.
What did we do?
Sorry, everyone.
Sorry.
was that?
It was the wrong jump. It was. He took it as a him jump.
Sorry.
We're trying really hard here.
I'll give you
We'll
a
get-
signal when it's your turn. Lauren.
Okay, so back to the car and the milk.
Oh, God.
You know what? Back to the video.
Well, see, Shady Hill is recommending an ozone treatment, right?
That's what this guy
and
said.
Dad has ozone treatment, so we'll give it a try.
That's what he just told me. Was it 2 days
Yesterday.
ago?
Yeah, 2 days ago.
See,
So-
great minds think alike.
So, what the best thing that I have done to help it a little bit is I took a whole burlap bag full of coffee chaff and I put it in there to kind of try to soak some of that up, and it just then smelled like coffee cheese for a while.
Coffee cheese doesn't sound good.
Hey, it's got coffee and it's got to be good, right?
Better than-
Like coffee
do an
eggs.
episode on coffee cheese.
Yeah, right.
Yes, I bet it would be. Oh, so I have a super chat here. This is from Burial Milkgate. Thanks, John and Ryan and all the Townsend crew. Cheers.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, and I've got a Happy New Year from AI0042, and then a Hoppy New Year from Maxar Cool. And this is not rabbit hoppy, it's frog. So,
I always thought it was beer.
I thought it was beer, yeah.
oh, see, I
Could
was
be
thinking
so many
rabbit,
different
but okay.
Okay, so again, thank you so much for
Yeah.
your kind support. Take it away, Will.
Going to be chewy depending on the cut you've got. And this one definitely is. But it's got some good flavor. There's certainly the question of what is the most nutritious way, or what way could we get the most energy out of our meat ration? And the officers of the day certainly thought that cooking your meat on a stick or frying it wasn't the way to do it. That the best way was to create a broth and a soup out of your meat ration. Now, it turns out that the equipment that the soldiers had, the kettles that they had, were perfect for this kind of meal. And possibly it was the best way to cook it. You could have your water, you could not lose any of the nutritious value, and also get a broth along with your meat portion, and possibly cook other things at the same time. The most efficient way to cook, basically. How can we cook vegetables, our bread, and our meat all together in one dish? And we could certainly do that in our large kettles that the men were issued.
Yes, dysentery killed
This is-
most soldiers in the 18th century.
Immediately what I think of when people are like, I was born in the wrong century. I wish I lived back then.
There you go. Wow.
Was that cow flesh juice?
Yes. That was not appetizing looking, and the meat looked uncooked. So I don't know what to tell you about that episode. No, none of us died, so it must have been all right. So that was one of the many soldier cooking ones that we did in this year, or just plain soldiery kind of videos, and they usually did pretty well.
Yeah, that one, it kind of shocked me because I did not believe in the thumbnail because it had this piece of raw meat next to this.
Yeah,
And
raw meat. Yeah.
usually that can be a real turnoff to people because, you know, they don't want to see raw meat on their TV screen or whatever. But it did well, and I think it had the right juxtaposition, and it's interesting what works, and you don't think that it will, and then you learn. And so now I'm just going to do nothing but onions and raw meat.
You know, if we put those two together, can you imagine?
Man.
Break the internet.
Yep.
Okay. Is there anything else we need to say about that one? We used that title earlier, right? So
Yeah. So what was this?
Because with the one
campfire
with
cooking.
Josh.
yeah,
Yeah.
Because that one was 2012.
2012. So what is that? 14 years ago?
When did the dinosaurs roam to the earth?
That was before. That was before I was here.
Literally 14 years ago, we did a video with Pound of Meat, and it did well.
And and that was, I remember, that's all I could come up with. And
Right.
we're like, well, let's try it again. But what we wanted to do was right off of campfire cooking.
Right.
Because I think the intention was to do, because we did the biscuits right then too, right? The fire cakes.
Right.
So we were going to do like a campfire cooking series. I don't know if we did more than 2 videos for
Maybe
that.
we should revisit it.
Yeah.
And
campfire
once the
cooking.
Of course, the
weather.
problem is campfire cooking, there's only so many things they cooked around the campfire. It wasn't like, hey, we're going to cook a birthday cake or anything like that.
But we could.
Anyway, we're not going to.
A white pot in a Dutch oven, it'd be great.
Yeah, so we should.
A 7-layer
obviously,
cake.
Yeah. No. So, let's do the next one. We're moving on. And 200 years ago, making a fire might be the difference between having a hot meal or a cold meal. It might be the difference between having light at night or not, being able to heat your house or living in the cold, possibly living or dying. Today we can start a fire any way we would like. We have lighters and matches and torches, and our stoves just turn right on. But in this pre-industrial age, we only have 4 main ways that we could possibly light a fire, and 2 of those are very rare, at least in the Western world. We can start a fire possibly by the classic rubbing 2 sticks together. That is a friction method of starting fire that's mainly used by Native Americans and people in primitive cultures without access to iron. We can also start a fire with flint and steel, and we'll be talking about that a lot today. Another method is using a burning lens or a burning glass, so we can concentrate the light of the sun on items and get them to start a little ember. The last simple method is using compressed air to start a fire. And this is something that was very common in Southeast Asia, used for hundreds of years. It's called a fire piston, or in Europe sometimes called a fire syringe. We're back, right? The fire starting video. It's the only non-cooking video on the list. I don't know what to say about that.
We didn't do many non-cooking videos this year.
It is hard to, as the channel, as we adjust the channel and do things, it kind of goes its own direction. And apparently YouTube wants me to cook food and not tell people about other things like making log cabins, although you can only make so many log cabins. But the fire one did well.
Yeah, I wasn't around for it. This was during catalog season. And you said you were going to do how to make a fire, and I said, great, John.
Whatever, John, good luck with that. Yeah, that's it's clear back in February, so a good one. And we did it out in the cabin, so that was fun.
And that was the first time that I've seen any portion of that video.
So sometimes when you're busy with other things, you don't get to watch the video.
It is a little sad what happens during catalog season. It's like the blinkers go on.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that I was probably mostly bald when that video came out.
Every week I try to get to the brand new and renewing YouTube members and new Patreon folks. And of course, last week I did a reading, so I wasn't able to do that. And I can't remember about the
Music,
week
maybe?
before that. The week before
Yeah.
that I didn't have it. So if I missed you and you're new, I'm sorry. But here are, I tried to get a bunch of them in here. So new and renewing. Joshua Matter. Bob Gerhardt. Deadpool NJ. Rob Dick, Rita Loy, Alejandra, Talisha, Bill McMahon, Edith, Eyeball 451. Not sure how that works. David Collar, thank you so much. Chibi Panda 8888.
I know David Collar.
Yeah. Budinariac Dan, Thomas Rourke, Solaris the Long Hauler Rail Fan. And new Patreon, there's Jared, and then there's Remjax.
What was the eyeball 451 one?
Yeah, eyeball 451.
I want to know
Kind of like Fahrenheit 451.
if you guys, if you're watching, how did that name come about? I like the name, but why 451? I'd like to know that. I know 20 eyes in my head. That's a song.
Let's move on. This one is not so long ago.
Imagine an ingredient so important that it shows up in every 18th century English or American cookbook. It shows up in dozens and dozens of recipes, and it's not always used in exactly the same way. It's used in different styles of cooking and in different kinds of dishes, whether they're savory or sweet. We're talking about suet, and suet is, well, it's the unrendered version of tallow. So tallow's gotten to be much more popular in the last 10 years or so. For 18th century cooking, we searched out suet in those early days, and we worked hard at getting them because it is that important of an ingredient. It is used in so many different ways that without it, you can't quite do the cooking you really need to do, at least in an 18th century sense. Suet is a special kind of fat that is a organ fat. Another term for it would be kidney fat, because it grows right around the organs and specifically right around the kidney.
More suet!
That was a good video.
Yeah.
We were really excited about that video. Everything came together right.
And it was my idea.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Okay. It turns out it was Lauren's idea, but since I'm famous for taking every idea onto myself, it was my idea.
No, everything came together. The thumbnail was great. The video was great. It was a good idea. There's a lot of question about what suet is. It was just a good video.
Right, and it took a while. I had to find a place that I could get nice fresh suet, and it turns out that we have a local butcher who specializes in specialty kind of meats and grain-fed and all kinds of stuff. And I walked into the place, and the guy's like, suet, no problem, which normally you walk into the butcher shop and you say suet, and they look at you like I have a third eye in the middle of your forehead. And he's like, well, you want this has been in the cooler for a while, but I'm cutting up a cow right now. You want that? Okay.
Well,
Yep.
you probably can't tell me.
This is the one in Columbia City.
Oh, okay.
They're super, really handy.
That's where I get my cows processed.
Well, there you go.
I didn't know that. Cool.
So,
Not mine that I raise, but mine that I buy.
Right. That was really handy, and of course, we revisited and did all that good suet stuff. It's an important topic. It's more timely now than ever. When was the first suet episode we did?
Let's see.
Should look it up.
So it would have been Atura, right? Or is that how you pronounce it?
Atura, yeah,
Atura.
which is the stuff you can get from the UK, although...
Okay,
We
so
had-
2013.
2013. Wow. Again, 13 years ago, we did the first suet episode, and very popular.
It's
but
super
it was
reoccurring.
time
We
to-
use it all the time.
Right.
But yeah, we needed that because
Yep.
so many people have questions about what exactly it is, and we needed something to just cover the whole thing.
So, really, really good episode. If I don't say so myself. I'm glad I thought of it.
Yeah. Good job.
Let's
Big brain.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's go with the next one.
In a modern oven, a large loaf like this will take approximately 45 minutes to an hour at about 400 degrees. This bread, it comes out of the oven and it just smells heavenly. It's got a nice, very firm crumb to it. Usually you can see it very fine texture. It's not got all that gluten built up from kneading it, so it's a very soft bread. And you can see from the loaf that I went ahead and chipped out that it's got a very spongy look to it. And I used a regular unbleached flour for this, just an all-purpose flour. This doesn't need any kind of incredible flour to make it nice. Even our lowest grades of flour are like the nicest grades of flour in the 18th century. So this would have been a very kind of fine flour in the time period. Here's our bread. I'm gonna try this without any butter just to see what the true flavor of the bread is. And the texture is just perfect. It isn't tough, you don't have to, grind on it. And it's got a great bread flavor, a lot of, bread smells on it. So it's really, really, really.
There we are. So,
Has a lot of bread smells on it.
it's got incredible bread. Shut up! Don't be critiquing me.
It had all of the bread smells. All of them.
All the ones you want, not like the rotten cheese in your back of your car. So anyway, that episode is again a redo, kind of. Now, some people it's like, wait, they've done this episode before. Every single time we attack something we've done before, we try to head at it another direction.
Yeah, there's no way of really getting around that because the whole point of this for us too is to learn, right? And so as we're learning things, we're like, oh, well, I could have applied this to that video, and it just kind of cements it for us too.
Right. 10 years later, 5 years later, we revisit something like this, which is the No-knead bread episode, and we discover new things and sort of try to either build out different areas of the topic or whatever. And really like this recipe, and it is so incredibly easy for regular people to do. You don't have to do all of this crazy kneading and the strange sort of, if you've ever done a bunch of sourdough. Sourdough is great. It's a fun thing, but it's very involved. The timing of it, the keeping it alive and all that good stuff.
It's nice to have a starter to work from, but you have to work for that starter.
Right.
So
versus this kind of bread, which is extremely period and very easy to do and a fun, tasty kind of recipe.
We kind of do bread enough times because the whole deal is that, or pie crust, right? Because we want the audience to learn with us, right? And there are so many people that for some reason when it comes to pie crust or when it comes to bread, they're afraid to do it because they think that they're going to do it wrong, but you really can't mess this up too bad. Even if it doesn't rise the way that you want it to or it doesn't behave, it still tastes good, and it just goes into helping you do it the next time. So.
And we have to realize that we're trying to get to not professional bakers and cooks or restaurants of the 18th century. We're trying to replicate and understand what everyday life was like. And guess what? Not every single cook in the 18th century was super chef, okay? And we don't have to be either. And not to enjoy what was happening in the time period and to really learn about cooking.
Well, just like today, not everybody is super chef, and we have more resources for at-home cooking now than we ever have.
Yeah.
So you can look up anything that you want to cook, and you can find it on YouTube. We're on YouTube.
Exactly.
And you can cook it at home, but not everybody's great at it. But it's still, that's what you eat. That's what you get through. So.
What do you think? Should we revisit stewed crab?
Somebody was just talking to me about that today, and I just saw that Jaji put that up there. He just commented on that on Townsend's Plus.
Okay.
No. I have done 4 versions of that, and I have tried to save that, and that is the devil's food.
Maybe it's we don't have good crab.
Listen.
Because we're landlocked.
This was a bad recipe.
Okay, gotcha.
Could be one of those kind you put in the cookbook so that people will copy it and you say, aha, see, that was a fake one.
Listen,
it only makes bad food.
If I was making a cookbook, I would put recipes in it just to trick people and to try
and this is it.
That's it.
It's one of those.
They did this on
It's like,
purpose.
first you take the cheese, and then you spill it in the back of your vehicle, and then you get to smell it for the
and
rest
for
of your
300 years, they've been trolling people with this recipe. So they have succeeded. They won.
life. Okay. Let's do it. Let's do it.
It's time to eat it. We want a nice even bed of coals, and then we will gently set our fire cake on those coals. And we might need to flip this 2 or 3 times to get it baked nicely, because what happens is as it sets on the coals, it will cause them to cool and actually go out because the air can't get to the coals anymore. So the heat kind of disappears from underneath it. We'll flip this over onto a fresh bed of coals, get the other side, possibly turn it over again. We're trying not to char it too much, but even if it gets charred, well, we can scrape that off if we need to. You can tell from the readings they had a difficulty with not burning this. John Greenwood writes in 1776, and he's a fifer for one of the regiments. He says, the flour was
Watch your mouth.
No, it wasn't.
Oh.
when it's time to eat it. We want to
Don't worry about it. Just take us back. It's all right. I'm not gonna fire you yet.
It's my fault. I distracted them with my funny jokes.
Okay. Fire cakes. Those were not burnt. Don't worry. No, I'm sure somewhere in the video I showed scraping off all the burnt pieces.
It's like toast when it gets a little too done.
Yeah.
Just scrape that
Sure.
out.
Just, we'll get
Butter
over that.
fixes everything.
We'll rasp it.
Nobody can comment on it unless they've made dough and put it on coals
Exactly.
to cook it, right?
Right.
Right. But
no.
was it cooked through?
No. No, raw on the inside and black on the outside.
Just break it open and it's molten. It just pours out.
We'll cut out a little early because I was reading a little clip right after that about somebody who was talking about making them and how, you know, the people that were making them were the dirtiest, lousiest people, and the stuff was yucky and no one could ever eat them and they were horrible, and it made for a great reading, but you missed it. It's all right. You
I was
can
just
go and
done
watch the
seeing burnt
video. You can go and watch the video. Maybe Lauren will put all the links
I'm finding it.
for all these so that you can enjoy them. And yes, nutmeg is hallucinogenic in large amounts. Don't do that. Okay? Just don't.
Did somebody just comment that?
Yeah, somebody was gonna do that.
Oh, yeah.
There's
we
no
know.
nutmeg in soldier bread anyway.
We know. We don't do that either.
Right. It's not just bad for you in that form. It also makes your heart palpitate and all kinds of stuff. So
Not good.
nutmeg is good in small doses. You don't see me just doing that. That's bad. It needs sound effects. Okay, it's like this.
No, I'm just laughing because we said small doses and we'll read the recipe. It's like, put 2.5 nutmegs.
Yeah, exactly. They were not very judicious with their
But also,
use
they were making puddings the size of
of-
this table.
Exactly. Yeah.
So-
Like cannonball
Yeah.
puddings and all
Wait,
that.
if there's 2.5 nutmegs in a pudding the size of this table, you're getting like,
Yeah.
what, a 72nd of a nutmeg in your
Well,
bite.
I would eat the whole thing. But anyway.
And then all the pudding was gone.
Yeah. And John ate the whole pudding. Okay, Will, let's do it.
Every once in a while, when you're going through period cookbooks, you see a recipe that is so interesting and so strange that you think, I have to try it. And it doesn't matter if you've got friends that have tried it, or maybe you've even tasted it before. I have to know if I can make this happen. That recipe today is called coffee eggs. And we've done it before on the channel, but we're gonna do it with a different twist because I love coffee. So if any of you remember that recipe from way back in the day, it is not visually appealing. It's a strange recipe, and you wonder why these things sound so strange going together. Because listen, most of us have had coffee and eggs together. I do, regularly for breakfast. But the idea of taking those two ingredients, mixing them together, and throwing them in the oven to see what comes out, that's strange. And it doesn't sound like it's gonna taste good, but it is creating pretty much, it's just kind of a little custard, and it's a treat. Now, John hated this recipe. He didn't dislike it enough to say this is terrible, but he is usually looking for what he does like in something. Now, I thought it was quite good, and really fun idea. And since then, I've gotten a lot more into coffee, and I've learned a lot more about coffee, especially in the time period. So it just makes me want to go back and try it again.
Really? It just makes you want to go back and try it again.
I love them.
So, are you into coffee? Do you do
I do.
coffee?
I do like coffee. Yeah.
Tell me about coffee, Ryan.
I roast coffee for a living. Well, not really, kind of. I work here for a living. But my wife and I own Blue Lion Coffee Roasters, and you can go to BlueLionCoffeeCompany.com and see all of our coffees, and you can even buy some. And if you use Townsend's as a code, you'll get a discount.
Is that still true?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm leaving it up.
Wow.
Yeah.
First time ever.
Because I never know who's going to come and see the live streams after the fact.
That's true.
So, yeah. Go buy coffee. You'll like it.
You don't like it.
But I can't make coffee eggs and ship them to you. I can't do that.
You could. You could.
Little coffee custard, wonderful nuggets. They're just great.
So I made this episode originally, and mine looked really good. I mean, they came out and they did that little jiggly thing. That was hilarious,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And we tried
And yours
to make them.
were, it's almost like they were glossed
I know,
over.
I know. They did look good. We put them on those little beds of little mint leaves, you know, because you could not make them look pretty. It's like, it looks like...
We didn't even use a picture of them for the thumbnail because there's like, ugh.
Exactly. It's like, we can't make this look good, no matter how many mint leaves we put on. And yours looked even worse.
They did. They looked like they were a little like, I don't know, they're uneven and kind of like scraggly.
Yeah.
Man, they tasted good.
See, and that's a challenge too. You know, you're shooting the day of, and sometimes they aren't pre-cooked. You know, some recipes we don't try that much ahead of time. We just do it, and you get done. You're like, well, how am I supposed to make this look good?
Yeah, and I even made them at home, but I didn't have the right little dishes.
Right.
So I think I used a muffin tin, if I remember
Maybe
right.
It didn't look right.
No.
Yeah.
They didn't, no.
Right.
Short answer is no.
Right, and for the original episode, I made the little custard cups. I don't have one here. I made the little cups to bake them in specially. Kind of look like a poached egg cup.
Yeah.
And of course, you didn't have those. So,
Not at home, but I
right.
did for the video.
Right.
Yeah.
We used them in the video. So.
But I still don't know. I think that it was probably a difference in cooking oil or something like that that made them look like they had little indentions in
It was
them.
probably talent.
It's probably talent. That's what it was.
Or maybe I mixed them up more. Although it didn't look very mixed up. That one shot.
It was probably talent.
So
Just saying.
for Christmas, I had made a pie, and it was a blueberry pie, and I was a little worried it didn't have time to set up, but it was okay. I cut it, I put it on the plate, and Dad, he's like, okay, that would work for a thumbnail. Like, that's his judge. He's
Right.
like,
It's
yep,
like, oh,
fine,
you did a
we're
good
fine.
job. You could make a thumbnail with that one.
Yep.
It's all about presentation.
Yep.
Especially for
Makes it
thumbnail.
taste better.
But baking runs in your family and everything looks pretty.
Well,
I like when you make the little jelly pies.
aren't they great?
Those are good.
Right? You're like,
Yeah.
and they're small, so
Little
you
tarts.
just keep
Yeah.
eating them, and you're like, well,
Well,
they're
that's the
small,
problem.
So it's
That's
fine.
a bad thing.
We're hoping to offer some little tart tins here
Cool.
someday soon.
Cool.
Anyway, that
Coffee.
was the last one on the list. So we did. I didn't get any other. I was gonna get like how many subscribers we got last year. Blah blah blah.
You were going to do some numbers.
I know that we're really close to 3 million right now. Like, really close.
It's your job out there. So go find people to subscribe to our channel so that we can get to 3 million. Because I like the number 3.
The
I think
best
it's
thing
fun.
that you can do
Yes.
is when you're walking through the cities that you dwell.
Yeah.
Walk up to people.
Yeah.
Say, hey,
Have
can
you ever?
I see your phone? And if they give it to you, say, unlock it.
Yeah.
And then say, where's your YouTube app?
No. You say, hey, look over there. And you,
Right. You can find the YouTube app
Right.
and then subscribe for them.
No, don't do that. But you can share it with your friends and family, and a lot of people enjoy that. And so what I hear is they try to share it with somebody, and they're like, no, I watch them all the
Yeah,
time.
that's true. What happens?
So that happens.
Did I tell you what happened to me today?
No.
I was in our town, Pearston. I was going to go to the bank, and I stopped in to say hello to another shopkeep friend.
Right.
And somebody saw me through the window, and they came in, and they said, "Are you on the Townsend's channel?" So I brought them here, and I brought them into the warehouse, even though they didn't have an appointment. And then I told Angelina I'm sorry, and I left.
And then you left.
I said, "I owe you
problem.
one." Well, I mean, I stayed and talked with them for a while, but yeah, I did
I said
do
hi
that.
to 'em.
Okay,
I said-
good. See, we treat people great here.
Somebody says they would give you their phone.
You to me?
Yeah.
If I walked up
There's
to you
trust.
in the city and I said, "Hey, can I have your phone?" You just give it to me? I don't know. I'm a tall guy. I can.
We should try that. We should just randomly walk up to
I'm
people.
going to.
I'll do it with a hidden camera. It's like,
Yeah, you be filming. I'll be asking.
yeah.
Yeah.
And once you get hit by like a dozen people, we'll have enough
Right.
footage.
I'll accidentally have some brass knuckles or something like that. Can I have your phone, please?
Our best live stream from last year. Now you folks have all been, you're all live streamy people, right? So our best live stream, I don't have a clip because I don't need a clip. You already saw it. Was
You watch every one, right?
potatoes in the 18th century. And so,
That was the best one?
yeah.
Okay.
So we may.
Everybody loves potatoes.
Yep. We may, and we're supposed to be doing, it should be on our list to do a potato
It
episode.
is. It is on our list.
See, it's on our list.
Yeah, because we said we were going to talk about nightshades. Do you remember this conversation?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I bet you do. It is on the list, and I have prepped the fellas on it.
Really?
Yeah.
So you
'Cause that's my job,
You
that's
want
what
to
I'm supposed to do.
combine tomatoes and potatoes?
No, I said nightshades.
Aren't those both a nightshade?
But we're not combining the two. We're just going to talk about nightshades and
But
potatoes.
isn't that potatoes and tomatoes?
Oh, what other ones are on the list?
Well, what we had talked about was doing separate videos. Yeah, one for tomatoes
So
and one
nightshade
for
one,
potatoes.
nightshade two?
Right, and we're not gonna. We probably won't do a whole video on eggplant or something like that. So we're not going to cover all of them.
I don't think they had eggplants in the 18th century. Okay, let's say I don't like eggplants. So
Yeah, that's what
I'm
I
gonna
figured it
say
was.
that
See,
they didn't
there's
have
the
them in
real
the-
If John
Yeah.
doesn't like it, it doesn't exist.
Yeah, they didn't have that. Next,
Lettuce? Nope.
Yeah, that still
cabbage.
doesn't exist.
Nope.
Pickles? Nope.
Oh, they definitely didn't have pickles.
He says to me often, "Brian, what's this other thing that you do? You roast what?" I say, "I roast coffee." He's like, "Coffee?
Never heard of
Never
it.
heard of it."
They didn't have it in 18th century.
That's why you don't acknowledge me at work.
So we have at least one super chat hanging out there. What was it?
Hold on. Let me get back to mine. Okay, it's RIP King Cobra JFS.
So I'm not sure who King Cobra JFS is, but a lot of names in the news, a lot of passings, a lot of nothing from the 18th century. Everybody's dead from the 18th century, but it has been one of those that time of year. But
Yeah.
anyway,
When I was watching the New Year's thing and they were playing we said goodbye to these people.
yeah,
I didn't realize
Yeah.
like how many people that I've watched their art or something like that.
exactly.
Yeah.
And it's
Because I don't keep my ear to the ground on everything modern these days.
yeah, you get a dirty ear doing that.
Yeah. And I don't like to wash my ear.
I can tell. I want to thank everyone. So thank you especially, Ryan, for coming in for this live stream. Will, for all your extra hard work on this episode. It's been a tricky. We've been keeping him busy back there. He's like,
It was rough. I'm
anyway.
Every time the camera cut to the video, we just berated him.
Yeah.
We treated
we
him
didn't.
terrible.
No, we didn't. Thank you, Lauren, for your help. And super thank you to, these are popular because someone watched them. Those someones are you. There is absolutely no reason for us to do what we do unless you guys are out there watching it and paying attention and enjoying it. I don't want to make videos to the empty air, and so you're an integral part. It's hard to say, but you are an integral part of what we do here on the channel. So I really want to thank you. You've been in the chat here helping us out, and we've got a difficulties ahead of us. A whole year of figuring out what
It's
we're
going to be fun, though. Yeah. Yeah.
And every year we get to January and it's like, what am I gonna do? And we've managed to do it.
But you should comment what you want to see.
Yeah.
So many comments talk about what we've done, and I think that'd be interesting, or I try it like this, and all those are great. Keep them coming. But also, what do you want to see?
Yeah. Understand though, we can only do what we can do. There are some things that they sound easy but are huge. And some things that sound hard aren't, strangely enough. Yeah. So, throw those ideas out there. We would love to, we do love to engage with that and check it out. You have more there?
I do.
Going?
I do. So this is from Chucky Bobucky. Keep up the awesome work, guys. And this is from Finkelstein Kid. Thank you all.
Super, thank you.
Thanks.
I hope you have an incredible weekend here at the beginning of this brand new year. Thanks for watching.